Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. We'd like to welcome you to Carr, Riggs, and Ingram's webinar series titled, It's a Marathon, Not a Sprint, Going the Distance for Outsourced Accounting Success. Our first in this year's series of 3 describing client accounting services is subtitled, Your Training Plan. This series of webinars is being co-sponsored and promoted by our accounting platform partner, Xero. Our message for our outsourced accounting services is that working together with CRI helps our clients achieve their organization's financial goals. We believe collaboration is the key to your success, and today we'd like to show you how, with our help, you can plan and implement a connected, interactive accounting system that features automated processes and provides management with better financial information for running your organizations. In the time we have today, we want to share our thoughts about helping you with the marathons that you run while managing your organizations.
Before we begin, I'd like to briefly introduce you to our presenters today. First, we have Martin Copeland, a Xero Certified Advisor with CRI who likes to canoe as well as backpack in the Rockies. Martin, can you share your slide? There we go. That's Martin. And then myself, Stephanie Schuchart. I'm also a Xero Certified Advisor with CRI. I have a Fox Red Labrador puppy named Henry, and I recently celebrated my dad's 72nd birthday with him by skydiving. And our third presenter is Michael Torrey, a partner consultant at Xero, who graduated from DePaul University. During today's webinar, Michael will share a live demonstration of Xero with us. One added benefit to accountants for attending today's live webinar is that attendees are eligible to receive 1 hour of CPE credit in the field of accounting. As a reminder, to receive credit, you will need to be signed into Zoom for 50 minutes of our presentation and answer 80% of the polling questions. When meeting these criteria, you will receive an email with your CPE certificate within 7 days of the webinar. Correct answers are not required. We just need a response. So please don't hesitate and miss answering a polling question. If you have any questions during today's webinar, we welcome you to type into the Q&A section of the Zoom toolbar.
So here's how we're going to approach today's presentation. We'll begin with the process of setting goals. Then we will walk through critical elements of developing your own plan. And next, we will talk about how our CRI coaches can help you reach your highest potential. We'll then have a demonstration training run so you can visualize some important parts of a plan in action. And as we finish, we'll summarize some of the ideas we hope you will be taking away with you at the end of this webinar.
Last year, CRI presented a 3-part webinar series that focused on explaining outsourced accounting services, described the benefits of cloud-based software, and introduced CRI's ability to use those accounting tools to collaborate with our clients. This year's series will focus more on preparing for success, executing a plan for change, and doing the work needed so you can reach the unique goals you've set for your organization. About 5 years ago, we assembled a group of professionals from across our practices with the goal of standardizing the way we assist clients with their books. Fairly early in that process, we realized that traditional accounting, or traditional bookkeeping, was converging with a new reality of instant information access and the need for rapid decision-making. We saw that innovation was going to radically change accounting and improve the ability of our clients to effectively run their organizations. We saw that a real-time cloud-based accounting model would be such an improvement that accounting would be transformed, much like smartphones and other technologies have changed how we live. So CRI began creating a new accounting process with new infrastructure to support our vision of the importance of interactive accounting. Marathon runners want to win their race or set their best time. They do this by setting goals to achieve their success. Today, we want to share the process we designed so that you can set goals that will allow you to manage your organization in the most efficient way possible. Martin, can you share with us our collaborative accounting systems diagram?
Sure, Stephanie, here it is. And so the first thing we found when creating our new client accounting model was that innovation wouldn't happen by simply thinking about our future state. It required gaining an understanding of each part of the accounting process and defining the small step-by-step procedures that would benefit from this redesign. We discovered that larger goals completed themselves when we completed these detailed tasks. In this slide, you see the results of our process thinking. It became clear to us that immediate feedback, not delayed, often too late, summaries of past events was now attainable and would drive our client's success. You know, a stopwatch is one of the most important tools a runner uses. Organizations needed tools to get the same kind of immediate feedback. So in a careful analysis, we chose Xero to be our technology partner. As you see, we leverage Xero as our core general ledger and accounting platform to which we connect data gathering tools, the accounting equivalent of a stopwatch, and from which we provide real-time relevant management data. The connected applications automatically collect and report transactions to the central system so that actionable information is always available in accessible management reports. By choosing cloud-connected applications, all users and advisors have access from anywhere at any time. Our hub and spoke design shows a few of the applications that may make sense for your organization. Here we highlight an electronic document management system, HubDoc, and I'll give you more details of that in a bit, a connected banking and bill payment system, Relay, a payroll service, our own PayWorks division, and subsidiary ledgers for invoicing and cash receipts built directly into Xero. Now, every client will not need every connected tool, and some clients will need different connected tools to fit their specific needs. There are over 1,000 applications available to connect to the Xero platform. Accounting process design is, however, much more than the software tools you use. Accounting software companies have notoriously advertised and promoted their products as complete solutions. Even the best known companies can treat users, advisors, and managers as unimportant components. In our design process, we look beyond the tools to the underlying purpose of accounting. In this diagram, the small icons represent bookkeepers, organization managers, software applications, and advisors, and it divides the responsibilities according to best internal control practices. The three accounting functions we highlight in the example are payroll, disbursements, and receivables. The four control areas we considered were operations, authorization, record maintenance, and asset custodianship. One of the most critical aspects of implementing proper internal controls is segregating staff duties between the accounting functions and process areas. Let me give you an example of what I mean. Each of the accounting areas in our illustration has at least one process where cash is received or dispersed. Now, if the same person in your organization creates sales invoices and reconciles the bank accounts, or if the same person records accounts payable bills and makes payment, then, absent some compensating review, there are weaknesses in your internal controls. Now, our outsourcing service model addresses the truth that some organizations are not able to hire and train knowledgeable staff to achieve the proper separation between each accounting function. Our interactive service model can solve that problem by allowing CRI bookkeepers and advisors to fill some roles while client personnel fill others. Now, using my example, outsourcing bank reconciliation to CRI may make sense. Many of the connected applications we recommend also feature easy ways for management or supervisors to review and approve transactions from anywhere using their smartphones, giving you another way to establish internal controls. Automating connections to banks, payment software, payroll services, and other information is paramount to obtaining immediate actionable feedback. But I'd like to take a moment to highlight one specific connected application whose efficiencies may not at first be obvious. That application is the HubDoc electronic filing cabinet. The automation features of this software tool greatly assist the process of recording payables bills by minimizing data entry while simultaneously filing each document by vendor. This one-step process for recording expenses and filing supporting documents is truly transformative. Now, similarly, where clients use paper documents such as delivery tickets or sales contracts to begin recording receivable invoices, HubDoc's features automate and enhance the efficiency of data processing and filing supporting documentation. Now, where you email sales invoices to customers from Xero, captured document images can automatically be attached. In the example use cases, bills, contracts, or delivery ticket images can be captured directly to HubDoc using a smartphone app or emailed to the filing cabinet to begin the accounting process. And once stored, all documents are searchable in the filing cabinet using a Google-like query window. In addition to being automatically filed by vendor or customer in the filing cabinet, images are also attached directly to transactions in the accounting system, and they're available for review when management authorizes transactions. Using this tool makes supporting documents available in real time to any level of management or operations at any time. And the application can even be used as a standalone document management system with any accounting system, though some posting efficiencies may not be available. And with that, we have our first polling question.
So just want to make sure everybody could see that. So first polling question, which are key features of collaborative accounting? A, this is a unique accounting process, or B, accountants work with management interactively in their accounting system, or C, connected applications can help automate processes, or D, all of the above. And just a quick note that we're going to have 6 polling questions during today's webinar, and to receive CPE credit, you'll need to answer 5 of the questions. And again, correct answers are not required to grant credit. We just need a response, which will demonstrate your participation. And Martin, we've actually gotten a good question here about how our new accounting process model has worked during COVID. And considering that I've had to work from home several times because our office was closed, including today, can you share how our new accounting process model has worked for clients and our CRI client accounting teams?
Yeah, it's really been amazing. I'm so glad that we went through that process of creating this new model using cloud-based technology, because our staff has been able to go to the house and yet continue helping our clients. And it's been incredible. And our clients that had adopted our new process model really didn't miss a beat. And quite a number of them were able to take on new opportunities, even during the pandemic. Without these tools, basically they would have been shut down, or at least the accounting process would have been. And this model has allowed our clients to just to continue on and again, just take advantage of so many opportunities that their competitors were not able to.
Okay, thank you. And with that, it looks like our responses have slowed down. So I'm going to go ahead and close the poll and share that 90% said all of the above. And that is the correct answer. Again, collaborative accounting allows CRI to work interactively in real time with your organization to complete your finance and accounting tasks with increased efficiency. And in brief, CRI's overarching goal was to design an accounting process that would provide our clients with real-time actionable information to more effectively operate their organizations. If you'd like to join us in building more efficient accounting processes, the next step is to create an implementation plan, your organization's training plan. The theme of our webinar series is that working together collaboratively with CRI will help clients meet their goals for financial control, management decision-making, and compliance. An organization is only as strong as its foundation. With the finish line top of mind, often organization managers can neglect the most foundational parts of their accounting process, understanding what system practices to follow and organizing their data for success. We have shared how CRI used process thinking to develop a model for our outsourced accounting services. Our model can be instructive and supportive, but ultimately your plan, your race, must be uniquely yours.
So here we've gathered key elements to think about while developing your plan for change. How? Successful plans are developed through conducting stakeholder discussions, and more on this topic shortly, reviewing your current systems, researching available automation solutions which can make your processes more efficient to ultimately identify your desired future state process. Now, what? When creating an interactive accounting function, some specific attributes to consider include management information and financial statement requirements, information considerations, and that's both the financial data that's currently available as well as what is desired, integration with other software applications, as well as possibly the migration of data from your current software. Now, who? Although every person runs their own race, a well-organized marathon has many participants and many support personnel. And so it is with our organizations. In developing a plan for change, one of the most important steps is to identify knowledgeable people that will design the plan. Management, project leaders, end users, and your CRI advisors are all part of your potential planning group.
Your plan for change should be developed based on knowledge, experience, and research. Your stakeholders should determine what will work for your organization. CRI advisors can introduce various alternatives and solutions and help the stakeholders in brainstorming about what is possible and what your organization wants, so they can make choices about your future state processes. Stakeholders should consider your current processes and pain points with an eye toward future state business processes in the new accounting system. Accounting practices should be designed to ensure appropriate internal controls are in place. Stakeholders should also evaluate the data that is currently available, as well as desired future financial information and reporting. This task will incorporate consideration of migrating balances and transactions, as well as any potential changes to your chart of accounts. Stakeholders will also help determine the implementation steps to plan, document, and prepare, which incorporates the logistics such as timing for changes, implementation roles to include setting clear lines of responsibility, migration support when applicable, training, communication, quality control, and determining what support is needed during implementation as well as any ongoing support. And with that, we'll move to polling question number 2. What planning steps for change were suggested? Assigning knowledgeable leadership, scoping each step of the process, setting clear lines of responsibility, or all of the above. And we wanted to let you know that we'll be sending each of you the collaborative accounting systems diagram and collaborative accounting process tools Martin shared earlier during our goal setting section of this webinar. These tools should help you and your stakeholders with training plan discussions and decisions. A question for you, Martin, is what's the biggest key to successful implementation?
Well, you may catch on that as I talk about technology, I am absolutely a self-professed technology nerd, and I really have no intention of joining a 12-step program to get over it anytime soon. But based on our experience with our firm's marathon, digital transformation is really not about the technology. We continually have to win the minds of our team members. They understand accounting and bookkeeping, but they're often set in their ways. Our people as they get it, as they understand the model, and as their clients need coaching, well, that's when we see deeper and more complete adoption of this model. So it's about our people. It will be about your people and helping them understand this new interactive accounting model.
Okay, great. Again, it looks like our answers have come to a close, and so we'll go ahead and share the poll. And 98% said all of the above, and that is the correct answer also. So when implementing change successfully, you'll want to have knowledgeable leadership, scope each step of the process, and set clear lines of responsibility.
Here's a planning summary. The method that Stephanie and I have described explained how to rethink your accounting processes so that you can realize the full potential of a system that provides immediate, actionable management data. Now, because improving management systems involves changing how you collect information, well, let's look at some specific data conversion thoughts that stakeholders should consider when planning to move from your current state system to your desired future state. So first, stakeholders should consider how the quality of the current accounting data, including the information in subsidiary ledgers such as accounts receivable ledgers and accounts payable ledgers, will impact the conversion. Second, the planning team may find that a conversion presents a good opportunity to clean up your information. Now, generally, the cleaner the data pre-conversion, the better. But however, Xero provides an amazing cleanup tool called Find and Recode that will help after conversion if you do move to Xero. Efficiency of your cleanup process should be considered. Third, discussions about management or compliance reporting and those needs can surface a need to update your general ledger chart of accounts and reporting codes that help with presenting data. Finally, deciding whether historical transactions are definitely needed or if they are just nice to have is very important. Without putting this to a thought, your first reaction is often that you want all information converted. But often moving balances rather than details can lead to a more cost-effective conversion. And with that, we're already at polling question number 3.
Okay, so which conversion ideas were considered? Safe to assume that the current data is accurate, or assume historical data is always needed, or management information needs are unimportant, or it's a good time to clean up your data. Can you talk to us a little bit more about why you would consider changing your chart of accounts?
So you really want me to nerd out, right? So look, chart of accounts design is how we efficiently and effectively provide management information. And in fact, as part of building our service model that we've been talking about, we also designed a CRI standard chart of accounts that included the report codes that I mentioned a little bit earlier, because report codes kind of let us standardize how we customize. So standardizing customized reports and financial statements. So the chart of accounts is extremely important, and just carrying over an existing chart of accounts when you move is often not the right answer.
I agree. With that, we'll go ahead and close the poll and share the results. And 83% said that it was a good time to clean up data, and that is the correct answer. It's a great time to consider cleaning up your financial data.
Yeah. Well, okay, so next I want to highlight an area of planned decision-making that is often of particular concern to stakeholders. Changing systems, especially migrating data from one system to another, often tends to give organizations pause. But there's really no reason to allow your data to be held hostage by legacy systems. Now, first, there are a few essential bits of information you need to gather as of a determined cutoff date when you begin a migration. Now, these bits of data include bank statements, bank reconciliations, a trial balance report, AP and AR aging reports, profit and loss statement or income statement, and a balance sheet. And all of those you would gather as of your determined cutoff date. I'll say that again because it is important to get that cutoff date in order. Now, as you look at our migration methods chart, you see that the primary difference is highlighted in yellow. Okay. Now, depending on the migration method chosen, additional data needed may include trial balances from periods before that cutoff date I talked about, general ledger transactions, and those may be in electronic format, and detailed subsidiary ledger transactions, also in electronic format if you can get them. Now, the migration method chosen will directly correlate with historical data needs identified by your stakeholders during planning. So let me take a quick look at those three methods just a little more closely. And the first one is a fresh start, and it's a simple and fast way to get your system up and running. So only entering opening general ledger and subsidiary balances is required in this method. And the turnaround time for a fresh start conversion can be less than an hour. But clients often hesitate to start fresh. There's a way to deal with that. And that one of those ways is to use our built-in Xero files functionality that's just part of our accounting system. And it facilitates accessing PDF and Excel versions of historical reports from your old system within your new system. Now, other accounting platforms may not have a files area, but any method of electronic report storage can answer the same need. Access to two different accounting systems is not necessary, even in the fast start. But I will say this functionality, this feature, in fact, is just great no matter which migration method you choose. It's very hard to keep multiple systems going or to transfer a lot of data that you rarely need. So we've got a quick polling question already. Stephanie? So I see folks are already answering this question.
It would help if I would unmute. So
yeah, I knew what happened.
As we go into polling question number 4, I want to let you know that we have 3 back-to-back questions, which will be our final questions. So please be prepared to respond to these. And I guess with my delayed start, answers are coming in here pretty quick. And then, at this point, you may have answered the 4 polling questions. If you'd like to receive CPA credit, please remain on the webinar for the full 50 minutes. This time requirement must be met in order to grant credit for today's session. And looks like responses have come to a close, so I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. And 88% said all of the above, which is the correct answer.
All righty, and thank you guys for answering that. And let's move on to the next method, and that's the general ledger history migration. The general ledger history migration option, it builds on that fresh start method we discussed, but it also allows you to bring over your monthly general ledger transactions. This method is especially useful for comparative reporting, but it doesn't include historical subsidiary ledger transactions. Now, like the fresh start method, CRI can often assist clients with this process directly, but we can also outsource this conversion to technicians that specialize in data migration. And Stephanie said we're going to jump into poll questions quickly, so here's number 5.
Okay. And why would an organization choose the GL history migration? Because they need comparative general ledger detail, or monthly comparisons are unimportant, or transaction history is unneeded, or all of the above. This may be a bit of a trick question.
Did we get them used to answering all of the above?
That's right. And then you
Mm.
slip a different one in there on them.
So fortunately, getting the right answer is not a requirement.
That's right. Correct. Okay, and our answers are starting to slow down. We appreciate you guys responding so quickly. I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. And we didn't fool them. 79% said that you would choose GL history migration because you need comparative general ledger detail. And that's the correct answer.
That's right. Okay, so let's look at our final method of migration, and that's the detailed transaction migration. For those clients that need more detailed transactional data, CRI partners with third-party providers that will take care of the data conversion. Now, for QuickBooks and QuickBooks Online, this process is automated and has a goal of duplicating the existing accounting system. But for other system migrations, the process is tailored to the client's existing system. So again, this is about getting detailed transactional data, and let's see if that matters in our next polling question.
Okay, and so why would an organization choose detail transaction migration? Because historical transactions are not needed, or detailed historical reports are important, or I don't know, I don't understand accounting, or all of the above. And again, just a quick reminder, while this is our final polling question, if you'd like to receive CPE credit, please remain on the webinar for the full 50 minutes to get credit. Additionally, a quick reminder that if you've met the CPE criteria, you'll receive an email with your CPE certificate within 7 days of the webinar. Certificates will come from certificates@simplecert.net. And if you find that you've not received your certificate by July 29th, although you answered the required 4 questions and you were with us, or required 5 questions, and you were with us for at least 50 minutes, please email marketing@cricpa.com. And I'm going to go ahead and close the poll here.
I'm excited to see somebody enjoyed our I don't understand accounting answer. But then again, I mean, you know, I guess I might have answered that if I was answering.
So 90% said detailed historical reports are important, and that was the correct answer. Thank you guys for answering all of our polling questions. So, coaching for change. Our theme leads you to think about the process as an athlete might. While some marathon runners develop and execute their own training plans, the runners that medal at this year's Tokyo Olympics will most certainly have coaches that have guided their success. Martin, if we can change the slide. CRI's role in the change process is equivalent to that of those coaches. Organizations like runners seek guidance from a coach because they desire to change an aspect of their life in a positive way. CRI coaches provide expert guidance. Like coaches, as trusted business advisors, CRI has a wide breadth of experiences and knowledge in accounting processes and systems. We have certifications and degrees in related areas of studies. We draw on this experience and knowledge to provide the guidance we give to our clients. A coach is exemplary when they blend their learned skills with their soft skills to bring out the best in their athletes. CRI's primary goal is to consistently provide a service that shows our clients the path to their organization's long-term development and success. Probably CRI's biggest role in the process is advocating for changes that support better knowledge that lead to improved results for your organization. While salesmen ask customers for the sale and politicians ask for your vote, CRI asks for the opportunity to provide you with timely, actionable information following our collaborative service model. And while we partner with Xero, we are not selling software. We are offering our process.
So implementing our process leads to positive results for our clients. And consider this statement. We are experienced and confident in our methods and our model for serving. We are trusted advisors for our clients, We believe in their mission and develop plans to help their organizations achieve success. But this reflects our coaching philosophy. But that same level of confidence is needed from all stakeholders as they present their plan to their organizations. Coaches help the project team develop this attitude as they implement their new real-time management accounting model. Coaches also facilitate regular project team meetings focusing on communicating timelines, project status, and training schedules for all end users and managers. Marathon runners must put their training plans in action. So let's see what a training run for our accounting process model might look like. We've mentioned several times that we've partnered with Xero as our software platform provider, and Xero's user interface language is intentionally focused on making it easier for clients to understand and use, and easier for accountants to interact with clients. We wanted to show you what we mean by way of a demonstration. So we've invited one of our Xero partner consultants to demonstrate some of the features of their system. So Michael Turi is with us. Michael, you want to give us a demonstration of your software?
Absolutely. Thank you, Martin, for the kind introduction. I'm here today to give you what accounting practices to follow and how to get the most out of your old legacy system. I'm also going to give you a brief demonstration of Xero. To start, Xero is a cloud-based accounting program and can be accessible to anyone, anywhere, so long as you have a mobile device, PC, or Mac, and of course, a good internet connection. No server or remote desktop connection is needed, and no updates are required. Logging into Xero is as simple as entering your email address and password into the Xero login page. Similar to other applications you might use like LinkedIn or Facebook, it's the same process logging into Xero. Here is the Xero website landing page. Xero allows you to try the program for free for 30 days with a trial run by just entering some very basic information about you and your company. No credit card is required. Also, if you're curious to look, Xero has an app marketplace that has more than 1,000 applications that help your business and integrate to Xero through a seamless open API call. I'm just going to display two of those areas right now. Here's where you would try Xero for free for 30 days. And here's the Xero app marketplace. Once you have entered your general information within Xero, Xero will create an organization for you and open the setup guide homepage. And that's what that kind of looks like here. On this homepage, you will find multiple links to articles and discussions pages that will help you along your implementation journey into Xero. At the top of the screen, you will find a link to Xero Central. And you're going to find that right here. Xero Central is a database to find just about anything and everything you want about Xero. There are endless support pages, articles, and guides for just about every situation. So if you feel lost, please either contact your CRI advisor or head to Xero Central. And you can just type about just about anything into Xero Central for support pages and also for learning pages as well, if you'd like some additional trainings. Heading back to the setup guide, we're going to start our process in implementing Xero. On the first header, organization settings. Entering your basic company information here is really simple. One neat feature is that social media links will even appear on your online invoices. Financial settings. This page will set the fiscal year, time zone, and sales tax information specific to your business and your company. If you have any specific questions regarding this that you're not sure about, please contact your CRI advisor, and they'd be more than happy to help. Invoice settings is the next tab. Are your invoices in your company really unique, or do they have a certain way of displaying information to your customers? No problem. Within Xero, you can customize your invoices to the way that you want them to be. On the next tab, inviting users. Within Xero, you can have as many users as you want and can permission what they can see within your financial accounting system or what they cannot. You can also permission what they can and cannot do. This is really great in creating those internal controls that Martin has spoke about during his presentation. On the next tab, currencies. Xero can handle multi-currencies in a state-of-the-art fashion. Enter the foreign currencies used by your organization here, and you will be amazed as how the system handles multi-currencies. On the next tab, tax rates. Entering your sales tax rates here will allow you to fully track your sales tax obligations. Any questions about your specific sales tax rates or sales tax obligations, I would suggest you contact your CRI advisor for help. On the next tab, chart of accounts. Two options of really setting up your chart of accounts in Xero is using either the default chart of accounts within Xero or using a custom chart of accounts which can be imported through a CSV import file. Speaking of imports, Xero is built on an open API system, which means that any information that you see in Xero can probably be imported through a CSV import. Please keep this in mind when considering the implementation process, as data can be almost impossible to enter manually. Do not worry, you can import through an automated fashion through a CSV import. Once you have imported your chart of accounts, please review them and confirm they are good to go. Here's a great tip when implementing. Be sure to add a bank account and a clearing account within your chart of accounts when implementing. This will help with a smooth transition of balances into Xero. Setting your conversion date. Having a clear cutoff from the planning stage will help you fill out this section. If you wish to start working within Xero in Q4 of 2021, your conversion date will be September 30th, 2021. And all of the reports you pull out of your legacy system will follow that date selected. This is very important. Once that has been established, and you have pulled all of your reports out of your old legacy system, utilizing that information from those reports, and it's most beneficial if you have them in electronic format, you're going to enter in your account balances as of September 30th of 2021. Using a trial balance report, enter your balances as of this date. An important note to jot down here is when entering the cash account balance, use the bank statement ending balance as the value in the checking account. Thereafter, enter the reconciling outstanding checks or deposits in transit to a clearing account. This will help in an easy and smooth implementation process to Xero. Once you are done here, you will need to populate general ledger, subsidiary ledger balances, such as accounts receivable and accounts payable. Your accounts receivable and your accounts payable will have a balance that's comprised of a value. Most likely that value has multiple different invoices or bills that generate or accumulate to that particular value. And we'll do that really quickly here and showcase that. So within this trial balance, the accounts receivable value is $3,000. We'll need to add an invoice to supplement and match out that balance. So here, CRI has done some accounting services for Michael Jordan. And we're just going to notate that here. And now your accounts receivable aging should match what your trial balance has set its value at, which is $3,000. On to the next subsidiary ledger. For accounts payable, we will need to add a bill to support the $1,000 balance. So here we're going to add a bill. And all this information should come from your reports coming from out of your old legacy system. You'll know you have been completed once you get a green check mark in it and the page reads matched. If you do not, you will need to adjust your subsidiary ledger for the details described here. And that's it. Setup complete. In less than 10 minutes, you have implemented Xero and you're ready to rock and roll. Now I'm going to go into a demo company and show you a couple of really cool features Xero has to offer. Keep in mind, when you start a trial with Xero, the demo company is available to you as well. It is a sandbox for you to feel and play around in and get to know Xero and see what it can do for you and your company. So we're going to transition over to the demo company. And here is Xero, a live environment. This is the dashboard. The dashboard is going to have scorecards and KPIs that are important to your company and give you real-time transparency into your financial data. One cool feature is the reconciliation process. The reconciliation process follows straight from your bank statement. So reconciliation is always accurate, clean, complete, and seamless. One of the things that Martin had talked about during his presentation is that within Xero and utilizing Xero, it's a very collaborative process when working with CRI advisors. For instance, in one area of this bank reconciliation, I have found that this payment is to a really old invoice and wasn't sure where to code it. I didn't find the invoice that was on the accounts receivable. So I made a note of it and called Martin just to see, hey, Martin, can you help me out with this invoice? And you can see how, really envision how Xero and working with your advisor in a collaborative fashion can get you to that next level. Another neat area of Xero and using the flat chart of accounts that Xero offers is reporting. Reports in Xero are really customizable and can be utilized in any which way you'd like. I'm going to showcase that in what we call tracking categories. Think of tracking categories as dimensions. Dimensions will allow you to slice and dice your data and really give you more value out of your financial data and see what's going on into your business and your financial data. So we're going to go to this edit layout. I want to break out my income statement by region, which is one of my tracking categories. So let's say I wanted to see my income statement by region and see how each of the areas of the country I want, how my company is doing. In doing that, we can utilize the tracking categories in these dimensions, slice and dice the data, and there you go. We have an income statement that's sliced up into the east side, north, and south, giving us additional value and information about how our company is doing in different regions of the company of the country. We're going to go back to reports. I'm going to showcase one other item within reports. Back to edit layout. One other thing is that sub accounts are non-existent within Xero. However, within reports, we can move accounts and customize the layout within the income statement at any which point. So let's say we wanted to move other revenue into below the line item on the income statement. It's as easy as dragging and dropping your account and that report code to show that the other revenue has now been moved towards the bottom of the income statement. And this concludes our demonstration of Xero today. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to your CRI advisor or myself, and we'd be more than happy to assist you. And Martin, back to you.
Michael, thank you very much for that demonstration of the software. You know, today we helped you see the process thinking that we used in designing our outsourced accounting model. We shared our tool for visualizing process design. We presented our planning methodology, and we introduced you to our platform partner, Xero. But real-time interactive accounting is a philosophy not tied to a specific technology or one planning method. No matter your choices, CRI would like to be your coaches to help transform your accounting process to unlock real-time, actionable management data so that your organization can win your race.
If you'd like to learn more about how partnering with CRI and Xero can benefit your organization, we invite you to scan the QR code on this slide to connect with our team of Xero Certified Advisors. We also want to share with you that the next session in CRI's Outsourced Accounting Success webinar series will take place on September 23rd at 10 a.m. Central. This session, Pace Yourself, will focus on the checks needed regarding your processes, data, support, business function integration, and quality controls after your systems have been operational for a while. Just like the previous slide, simply scan the QR code and you will be taken to a form to register for the next webinar. We hope to see you then.
If you have any questions about our presentation today, we invite you to reach out to us, and that would be to myself or Stephanie. And there's our contact information. And of course, we also invite you to reach out to your local CRI advisors. With that, we thank you very much for joining our presentation today, and hope you got a chance to see why we're so excited about helping our clients succeed. Thank you for joining us.